My personal journey with Alzheimer's began in 2005 when my wife, Valerie, received her diagnosis with this terrible disease, one that robs the afflicted of their minds and forces family and friends to watch with dread as their loved one slowly disappears. Stunned by the news, I was overwhelmed with grief for my life partner and the loss of our future together. Valerie was a vivacious, energetic person with a passion for education, which we shared. After her diagnosis, I began a quest to better understand the cause of the disease and to find new approaches and therapies that might prevent, delay or reverse its spread in others. There is so much we don't yet understand about Alzheimer's disease, but its devastating impact is growing. In the US, there are 6.2 million patients, a number expected to more than double by 2050. In 2018, more than 120,000 Americans died from the disease, making it the nation's sixth leading cause of death. Almost two-thirds of patients are women, but there is no explanation for this gender discrepancy. The cost of treatment and care for these patients for 2020 is estimated at more than $300 billion. The total cost, factoring losses in income, life savings and productivity, is many times higher. Scientists have conducted more than 400 clinical drug trials over the last 14 years searching for a pharmaceutical cure. All have failed. This month, the Food and Drug Administration approved a Biogen drug, aducanumab, as a treatment to slow cognitive decline in Alzheimer's patients. The FDA's advisory committee, however, overwhelmingly recommended against approval because there is so little evidence in clinical trials that the drug works. 3 members of the committee have resigned from the committee in protest of the agency decision. The lack of progress in developing an effective drug, or a combination of drugs, that will treat the disease once it arises suggests that we've been looking at this problem in the wrong way. Instead, effective therapies may require systemic approaches based on the principles of science-driven wellness. In my own search for answers, I learned that some important discoveries are being made. For instance, Michael Phelps, a UCLA biophysicist and the inventor of the PET scan, the technology that produces images of disease changes in the body, has found that some of the chemical changes in the brain as a person moves from wellness to Alzheimer's disease occur from 4 to 10 years before any clinical diagnosis could be made. It should be possible to develop a blood test through clinical trials that can detect blood biomarkers reflecting those brain changes at a very early stage in the transition to illness. With such information, patients could begin treatment long before the disease has reached its traditional diagnosable stage.